Pain at the front of your shins? If so, I'm afraid it is likely to be shin splints, and this is a really common injury amongst runners, especially those new to the sport or if you suddenly increase your mileage. And it's obviously very frustrating. You want to get back to running pain-free as soon as possible. You're not going to like to hear it, but rest does help, although I'm delighted to say there's actually a lot more you can do to speed up the recovery. Before we look at the treatment of shin splints, I just want to quickly explain what they are. 90% of shin pain is medial tibial stress syndrome, which is pain or discomfort when you touch that lower inside third of your shin. And the remaining 10% comprises of exertional compartment syndrome, which is pain whilst exercising in the muscular part of the shin, so more to the outside, that's a soft tissue area. And also within that 10% is pain, distinct pain down the sort of front spine of the shin, that really bony point. If you've got a really distinct point on that, I go and see a professional because it is a sign of a potential stress fracture. However, with the majority of shin pain coming under that medial tibial stress syndrome, that is the area that we're going to be focusing on today. And shin splints are a repetitive strain style of injury. If you think of every stride you're doing, it's putting your body under strain. Now the tibia bone, which is the larger of the two bones in your lower leg, will actually bend ever so slightly on each foot strike. So that's taking stress in itself. And then add to that the fact that the muscles around it are contracting and relaxing every stride, and they're attached via their fascia into the bone's outer lining. So be gently pulling on it each time. Well, all of this combined will basically result in inflammation around the area, which then leads to pain and discomfort that you feel. And you'll feel it either during running and or after, and also on touch for that area. A repetitive stress style of injury is, unsurprisingly, the result of repeatedly doing the same action before your body has adapted and is strong enough to resist those forces. But the good news being, when it comes to running, if you build back up slowly and follow these steps that I've got for you, you can get back to running injury-free. I know no athlete likes to hear this one, but it is an injury and therefore your body is going to need some time to recover in order to be able to repair. But unless it is a bone stress reaction or a stress fracture, then you don't actually have to rest entirely. And there are lots of other options you can do. So resting means resting from running in this situation. And you can cross-train. So you can cycle, swim, go on the elliptical trainer, and even lift in the gym. As long as none of this actually causes you any pain or makes your injury worse, then it's just going to help with overall strength and keeping you sane and fit. You can speed up the reduction of that inflammation and the removal of some of it as well with ice. It's a tried and tested method. Just make sure you always have a damp cloth between your skin and the ice itself. And then some gentle massage can help with removal of that, and later on it can help with promoting the healing process. The treatment of shin splints, however, is more about the prevention of them returning after your body has worked its magic and repaired thanks to rest. So let's have a look at the aspects you can address to ensure they don't return. Head to the gym and work on strengthening your core and your legs. An athlete with efficiently firing muscles is going to have a more efficient gait and therefore be less likely to get injured. So some great exercises are those compound movements such as squats or box jumps that will cross over nicely to helping your running. And if you want to focus specifically on strengthening the lower leg, that area that you've actually experienced the pain, then you can look at working on some movements around the foot using a physio band. So moving your foot in different directions to strengthen those small muscles that support that area. Check your shoes. It should be one of the first things that you do if you get a new injury or a niggle. If you're not sure about the wear of your shoes and how to know, well, check out our video on when to replace your running shoes. Basically, once the midsole starts to lose its cushioning, it's going to be putting added stress and strain on your feet and lower limbs. And then look further up the chain at what's going on with your hips. Have you got weak glutes? Are your hips actually dropping on each side? Or maybe you're finding your knees are dropping in, which is then going to put more force on your feet. So obviously think about running tall and having good form, but also doing that work in the gym that we've already mentioned will help with the firing of those glutes. Once you are pain-free, it doesn't mean you can automatically return to the intensity and the mileage that you're at beforehand. You need to build it up gradually, as increasing your running too quickly could well have been one of the problems you had in the first place. So go by the 10% rule. It's always a good guide, not increasing the amount of running you're doing by more than 10% each week. And keep an eye on your shins as well. If you do start to feel any pain or discomfort whilst running, then back off. And also just keep an eye on how they feel to touch, because early warning signs are there to be listened to. It's not the type of injury that you can just ignore. I'm afraid it won't magically go away. As an athlete, I had recurring shin splints and shin pain, so I understand your frustration. And I got to the stage where I was just tempted to run through the pain because it seemed that nothing was going to solve it. But it turned out it was a matter of time and building up that strength. So stick with it, you will get there. Hopefully you don't have shin splints at the moment, but you've enjoyed this video. Give us a like if you have. And remember, check out our social media channels and you can give those a follow too.